If you can't kill a boss, no reason why you can't look like one. Moogle putting the wow in transmogs.
Any given Dark Shaman look, I think, is very, very underrated. This might not work for Resto, but it certainly does work for Elemental as well as Enhancement. So basically, this is the Nighthold Mythic mixed in with some Venthyr pieces, particularly the chest, the legs, the boots. But I think it looks pretty amazing. I do. And that yellow stream that you see around the jewels is a little bit accentuated just because of the chroma key. So it's not going to be quite as yellow. It's going to be more of an orange look. This is just one of those weird things that it doesn't matter if you use blue. You can only use basically two colors of chroma key, blue and green. And sometimes you get those colors that just doesn't come out right, regardless of which one you use, and this is one of those situations. So that yellow you see around the jewels is really more of an orange look, just so you know, for full disclosure, because I'm sure someone's going to go out there and get this set and be like, look, this doesn't look like it's supposed to. It's like, well, it's because the original video didn't look like what it's supposed to. And that's kind of common, because depending on the race, depending on the gender, these look very different. Now, as you can see here, I couldn't use green, so I used blue, and instead I got pink on there. So if I use green, I got yellow. If I use blue, I got pink. But the reality is it's more of an orange look. Okay, enough on that. Look at that weapon. Looks epic with this set. We got a brown and yellow set. It's basically a mix of Cata as well as Shadowlands. From Cata, we're pulling the shoulders. We're also pulling the bracers and the headpiece. Now, you can pull the belt from Firelands regular if you do want, but I went with a different belt, which we'll get to after this piece. The chest, as you can see, Sinful Gladiator's Chain Tunic. You either have it now or you don't, but eventually it'll be Marks of Honor. That's why I put that. The belt here, Maldraxxus, it drops from a rare, or you could buy it on the auction house. A lot of lookalikes, so check Wowhead, the Ocean Scale belt. I believe that's how you say it. The legs, Sinful Gladiator's Chain breeches. You either have this or you don't. Chances are, if you're currently playing in this patch, you probably played in the first patch and you have it as a PvPer. If you don't, eventually it's going to be Marks of Honor. Some people watch this right away. Some people don't watch it until 2 years after it's uploaded. So that's why I kind of say it's Marks of Honor. The feet are just a simple quest reward from Maldraxxus, so you could easily get those. But I think you got to be Necro in order to get that quest. The back is Netherstorm BC PvP vendors. That's the hut with the ogres in front of it. I think they're ogres. I'm not sure if they're ogres or those souped up big ass goblin dudes. Anyway, the weapon, Sinful Gladiator's Sin Eater Gavel, Ouroboros. This is a mix of Kyrian, which of course is from Shadowlands, and Ny'alotha, which you can see Ny'alotha Mythic on the shoulders, as well as the gloves, I do believe the boots and the belt. Now those boots aren't going to look as good as they do here on a Zandalari Troll, so you might want to find a replacement for the boots. They look good on some. You see, I don't like those big corner kickers on the boots, but overall the set looks pretty amazing, I think. Ny'alotha Mythic once again on the belt here. Once upon a time, it would have been very, very far-fetched to say Kyrian Shaman, but that Vesper Totem does a hell of a lot of damage now, and it's kind of common to see quite a few Kyrian Shaman. Got a Lady Draenor showing the hands, which are the ebony scaled gauntlets. That would be Ny'alotha. As you can see, those wings go rather epically with this set. It just barely fits the class fantasy of Shaman here. But overall, I just think this is a very, very cool look for any given Shaman, really. As you can see, it looks pretty epic here on an Orc. Bastion, that's the back piece. You could also go with the Gilded Thorian Cloak if you want, or you could go with the Dark Leather Cloak, which is crafted from vanilla leather working. The head is an engineering piece. And finally, the weapon, Bastion and Torghast, various mobs. I think green works for Shaman here, and the shoulders are going to be from Throne of Thunder Heroic. Tordos is the boss, 12% on the drop rate for the Spalders of Quaking Fear. Moving on to the chest piece, which we're pulling from the Broken Shore. You can buy the piece from a vendor for 650 veiled Argrunite or Argonite. It's either Argrunite or Argonite. Either way, this looks pretty cool on a dwarf. Throne of Thunder Heroic on the belt, so that's the same tier set as the shoulders. So basically, there's a little bit of Legion, a little bit of Mop, and I do believe the headpiece is from Ulduar, so that would be Wrath. And we'll get to where we're going to pull that really cool looking Basher, which is obviously that mace. The hands, Galvanized Storm Scale, Gauntlets, Broken Shore, 650 veiled Argonite. So once again, the Broken Shore. You're pulling Broken Shore pieces. The legs, the chest, the gloves, and the boots are all from the Broken Shore, all for veiled Argonite. So happy hunting, happy farming on those if this is something you want to pursue. Ardenweald, Night Fae campaign on the back piece. The headpiece, Ulduar, XT002 Deconstructor, 12% on the drop rate for the headpiece. And finally, we get to the weapon, which is from WoD. Hansgar drops Hansgar's Forge Hammer. I probably should do this set for a hunter as well. All you would have to do is pretty much change the weapon, because the shoulders are a recolor for Shaman from the hunter tier in Legion. The chest, basically you'd have to be a Necrolord hunter, which is certainly reasonable nowadays. Stitch Technicians Huberk. Keep in mind that's from the Abomination Factory, I do believe. Korthia, in order to get the belt. Necrolord campaign, rep and renown. That could also be a daily quest reward. Depending on your rep, it'll start to open up. You'll get more and more quest rewards of those pieces, of whatever covenant you're representing. Necrolord campaign also from the Abomination Factory on the legs. The bracers, Maldraxxus Necrolord campaign once again on those bracers. But that is not from the Abomination Factory. It's a different section of xmogs. Stitched Tacticians. You see Stitched, it's from the Abomination Factory. Revendreth would be incorrect. I made a mistake. That is not the Venthyr campaign. That is a Necrolord campaign. The back, Quillstitch, Great Cloak, Drusvar. Quillstitch is a rare that you could take it from. The headpiece is Wrath of the Lich King, Level Engineering. So check your local engineer, check your local auction house. And now the weapon is Naxxramas 25-man Lotheb. You are not seeing a headpiece here because the headpiece is Alliance only. Sometimes they show it on Horde teams, sometimes it doesn't, so there's no method to the madness of Mogget, but this case they don't. This is pretty much a mix of the Unchained Gladiator's tunic, which is obviously a PvP piece. There's the headset, as you can see. So this is mostly that set. Usually I don't go like full set, but I thought that this really worked. There are a few exceptions, such as the head, such as the shield, the belt, the boots are not from the Unchained Gladiator set. So conquest points for that. Hurry up if you're looking to pick it up because time is running out. Eventually, we're probably going to be able to get it from Marks of Honor. Also the hands, as you can see, are from the Necrolord campaign. So I think what really makes this set great is the back piece, which we'll get to. The feet, Dragon Soul Heroic, that's a recolor of a hunter set from Cata. So decent drop right there. We got an Orc showing you the Mantle of Burnished Blades. That would be Revendreth on that back piece. You don't see it as much as you do on the Orc, but you see it on the other tunes. Nazmir, Secret Supply chest on the headpiece, but you can't see it on the Orc there. And finally, the weapon, which of course is Unchained Gladiators, blah, 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 the dagger. Leave a like. I need more likes on Shaman videos, otherwise we might not do them going forward. Mages, Shaman, Warlocks, for some reason, don't get the same views as the others. So if you're a fan, show it. Show the badges, show the colors. Thank you for watching.